Was it going to be Bing? There was the Bing. It means we're live. It's Sam and Thomas.
I never hear the Bing. I never hear the Bing.
No, the Bing comes on the side of the person. Did you not hear the Bing when you record something that you run?
Wrong with my ears, but I rarely hear the Bing, actually.
Maybe it's my dog ears. I have, like. Anyway, enough about that genetic experiment that went wrong with my youth. But anyway, so Thomas, it was amazing to have you here in London. You are, I guess, safely back in Gothenburg. Anything to report on the Agile Venture front at all?
Not much, apart from me and Brian had a conversation this weekend. A follow up from our conversation at Makers, and we are committed to, and I think it's a good thing, So you and I and Brian should, before we move on with some plans or anything, we should have definitely some sort of a retrospective for the last 2 years, perhaps, and and just figure out what do we want to do, and how to proceed. I'm a little worried that this could potentially become a long discussion, so I don't know what format we should use, whether we should initiate that discussion on Slack first, and then try to have a meeting in person when we can, because we want to time box those things. And I think that the discussion itself could become rather lengthy,
I take your point. I mean, we could start with each writing a short essay on, even before Slack, do something and put it on, GitHub, put it on, it could be a document in the existing website or somewhere in Agile Ventures GitHub repo, and just kind of, get that down separately and then read each other's and then use that as a springboard for discussion might be a way to go. But
So what I was thinking also is that if we do that, if we have essays, then we can try to boil it down to some basic user stories, and we could. So a GitHub repo would be a good way to go, I think.
Right. Yes, because then
they could transform to something. Perhaps if we choose to redo the site, for instance, the main tool, or if we just choose to use a palette of different tools like GitHub, Slack, whatever. But we could use some user stories, and we can break it down, and perhaps eventually start implementing some code to that later on, if necessary, of course.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just thinking. I mean, I could just make that happen. I mean, part of me is tempted to call the thing website 2, the repository.
Absolutely, I'd love that.
Although I think the thing that I've always felt about that name is that it's not very descriptive. I mean, it means a lot to us internally within Agile Ventures, but for people externally, when they first hear WSO or Website 1 or whatever, it doesn't. I mean, the same problem could be leveled. Trouble could be leveled at the LocalSupport or OSRA or any of them. So maybe it doesn't matter. I mean, maybe the thing to do is to just not overthink it, and so call it Website 2 for now, and then there we go, Website 2. For, I'm just going to put here in the description, being for considering Agile Ventures.
I lost you. I don't hear you.
Now
I hear you again.
Yeah, it's more of Google's great. I'm typing, so I'm going to mute you automatically. Good.
Okay, you're muted. So just type, don't talk.
Okay, am I still muted?
Now you're not.
No, okay.
I think actually, while you're typing, you are muted. So just type.
Okay, so I'm just gonna, and I'm gonna. I've created the repo, and for us to add visions of AV in.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's done. Cool. Anything else that's relevant?
Not much. Not at this point. Okay. I have a lot of things to do in terms of Makers, and I have some questions to you about the Ronin pre-course application, but it's not for now. I guess I can talk to you.
I mean, I think we're both going to have a busy week getting back into our respective flows. But yeah, we'll keep doing the the hangouts and stuff, and we'll gradually catch up. So no problem. Just to report on my side, on the Agile Ventures front, I've had lots of pull requests from Michael and Marion. Basically, because I was traveling last week, I didn't really get to them. I've got to all of them. I guess I'm going to see if other people are still. I need to reach out to individual people. I've got some Makers students who said they might want to get involved. They might have, I keep telling them when the times are. We'll see. I guess that's the main thing, really, is local support. Also, yeah, I mean, I guess the other thing that we will need to be thinking about is whether we're trying to run the AV102 course as preparation for the MOOC or all these different things. But I think there's no the action item is to investigate what we need to do. That I don't think there's any.
Is the course date set for AV for this year? No?
So the course date that's been proposed, and I need to discuss this further with Armando, but I think it's going to be the course date. Where's it gone? Oh, go on. I think it's like October the 5th is when it's proposed to start. And I think, I don't know if I remember, in AV102 we have like 6 weeks going in before the.
Well, the main thing is 4 weeks, I think, isn't it? Or is it 6?
That's what I guess I'm just going to check that. I guess the sensible thing to do now is just to quickly look at the calendar. But yeah, that's about. Yeah, I mean, I think in terms of keeping this a quick check-in, yeah, those are the things on my mind. I mean, it's sort of, re-engaging with all the local support folks. I mean, I also want to get the charity jamboree stuff rebooted here at Makers Academy. Yeah, that's about the size of it. Yeah, it looks like October the 5th is a Monday, and we've got how many? What is it? Today is 24th, so we've got exactly
a month and a half.
What's really like on my calendar here? There's no first Monday in September. I said there's 31 days in August, so that must be.
Yeah, 31. So 31st is the Monday. It's the bank holiday at your side.
So there is in fact 5 weeks now. I have to get a studio here to find my thing. If it is, then that would be good because that gives us a week to think about it, and we can start it next Monday if we want to.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
So okay. Is there a way for me? I know that you've done some rewriting of the textbook. Is there any way you can share that with me for review? I'm just curious. Or is it?
Yeah, not easy. The approach that actually you probably saw waffle being used extensively here at Makers Academy. I've used I've done a waffle on the SAS book, and I basically went through the whole textbook and I created tickets.
Okay.
For all of the issues, so it's kind of visible there. But that's a. Do you have access to that repo?
Well, I used to have that.
If you go to SAS, if you go to github.com/sasbook/sasbook.
I'm not a member of that.
Did you not become a member as a result?
Yes, I was, but somebody removed me from that.
I think there may have been a process of Armando going through and removing anybody he didn't.
But the thing is that Sampriti Panda is still a member of that, or am I also a member? I don't know.
Well, just try again github.com/sasbook and.
Yes, so I see that, but if I go to Sasbook, I get a 404. Yeah. So Sasbook/Sasbook is a 404 for me. So I'm not a member of
that. That's one of the most restricted. I mean, that's the entire context of it. But I think for the index thing, did we create some sort of separate indexing?
No, we had access to the main repository of the book actually.
Yeah. Well, I can speak to Armando about whether we should get that set up to allow more people to review. We need to. I mean, there's a process of like a lot of the instructors want to get involved in potentially reviewing that. So anyway, yeah.
Anyway, okay. All right. Have a great day, and good to have you back.
Yeah, and I just let you know, I did check that we have got 4 weeks. So I mean, if we were going to run in the AV102, if we were going to run it, then a week today would be a good time to start it. So that's good to know.
Okay.
All right. Nice one. All right. Till next time. Bye for now.
Bye.
No.